Hey, it's Dr. Dew with the 5 stages of grief that some people may experience after the death of a loved one. You know, losing a loved one is so hard. No one's prepared for it. You think you are. I know for me, it was my worst fear for my mom and dad to die, and then to lose a sister and a nephew and sister-in-law, and it was just, I realized as a kid why I was so afraid of that day, because when it happened, it was horrible. And so there's this model that's out in the therapy community, and it's the 5 stages of grief. And it just kind of explains the process of what may happen to you after you've lost a loved one. And that leads me to number one. Some people get angry after they lose their loved one. They could be mad that the person left them, or they could be mad at the circumstances of why the person died. And like, say if they were unhealthy and they weren't eating right and things like that, they could be mad at them, like, why you didn't eat right, or why, just angry for whatever reason, that may be. And that leads me to number two. They could be in denial, like totally just deny that the person passed away, try to keep pushing through life as if the person is on a trip or something, and they're just not able to see them at the moment. Or number three, they may go into deep depression, and just where they isolate themselves and don't want to talk to people and just feel really low, and everything just seems dark, and all of those things. And then that leads me to number four. Sometimes they get into bargaining, meaning almost as if the higher being would let them come back, then that person will do better, and just trying to change this situation that they know they can't change. And that leads me to number five. And then they eventually get to the acceptance part. And I know acceptance meaning that it's doable. In my opinion, it's doable, but it's still there, because I believe that grief never goes away. I feel like you're always triggered by something. There's the death anniversary, there's their birthday, there's just memories, just things that you're going to run into day to day that may cause you to break out into an emotional situation. So these are the 5 stages. And sometimes I think people, they jump around in these stages. So I don't think there's any specific order, except the acceptance part. I think that comes later down the road. But don't ever let anybody rush your grief. Process your grief. If you're struggling with grieving, please seek a therapist so they can help you maneuver through the grieving process. All right, praying for everybody.